saith the Lord God. Unto these wrote, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. See a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to vibe my brethren, I'm gonna put it in his life. Is you born an indoor? Damn right. I need that white gold with the stones, look like Tazaryach. Share a time until the bones are healed and we live again. This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, break it for a $5 tee. Spend a whole 100, no stunting. This is for the niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting several in the casket. He throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me get a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me build a nerve. Down in your lawn, feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hold me in the conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Till there's no more sleep. Do a drill, we do a drill. Osmos and beat, 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Fucking on the beat, 1 west, you know them code leaders are running the street. I see a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to vibe my brethren, I'm gonna put it in his life. Is you born an indoor? Damn right. I need that white gold with them stones, look like Tazaryach. Share a time until the bones are healed and we live again. Life change with the seasons, all praise to the author. Got a limited power, war with me, why bother? I know Mr. Mayor in Chicago. Play I drop shit like a toddler. Make they Glock spit like Tommy, leave them cold, call me Martin. I done seen Benjamin turn many men into monsters. Lay that lamb down, I feel like Benjamin Marcos. Lord, I praise ovation, sweet like peach cobbler. Right now I need a bankroll, thick like Miss Parker. As I enter the darkness, the truth the only way. Death a slim chance, but it hit like cold and rain. Heard that demon on my shoulder and I told him not today. So I try to stay focused, I ain't even boasting. Cause all that ghost is hypnosis. And you ain't gotta talk shit when everybody know it. You ain't even ride or you talking, and the bus boys are poor. It's a thin line between love and hate. Hey, I had no intention of doing a live stream today. I had a lot of stuff to do. I want to start this off with this one video right here. The irony of this video. I want y'all to listen to the words of this video.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
The irony of him saying that. Emilion, if you could find me that link, because I saw two links for that. So that old man that they pulled off, he's not the one that actually unalived the cat. And Emilion, you're the second person I'm seeing that they're saying this might be trans related. If this is trans related, it's gonna be more diabolical. You know how them Israelites call double Sabbath? This like double white. I've seen 2 articles on this. Now, of course, with all things, let me see. I'd be remiss if I didn't play this one video. Let me see if I got this video. Let me see if I got this video.
Let me go on my. I think I shared it
10
on my
seconds
Twitter
later,
feed.
he was shot.
I think I shared it on my Twitter feed. Not sure. No, I didn't. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second, y'all.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth.
And you know, it's ironic. I'm looking at Danny on Twitter, right? I'm gonna play this video one more time. And it says, "You're sick for wishing death on someone," and then it says Charlie Kirk. Because think about what he's saying.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to
now, you know,
protect
I wasn't
our other
as up
God-given.
on.
That is.
I wasn't as up on Charlie Kirk until like the name. The name didn't pop out to me, but when I started watching the videos, Charlie Kirk is a white man that was a advocate for pointing out how violent black people were. He was an advocate. Simone said, "Captain, stay in the Bible. You lacking away from." I don't know what that means. You can call in, though. The number's pinned to the top. I would love for you to have the heart to tell me what I'm lacking on any subject. The phone number is 862-224-9027. Chris Connor said he was deflecting. That's what I want to point out. Like, I was watching, so I've watched a couple of videos. And so every white person uses the argument that there's more white people than black people when it comes to crime. So, of course, black people are more criminal. And there are more white people than black people. That's true. But black people are the number one people exonerated for crimes that they didn't commit. And never, the reason why them statistics is also misleading is because those are not convictions, those are arrests. And all anybody got to do is just look at the stop and frisk rules that was in place in New York City. Now, stop and frisk was in place since the 70s. So stop and frisk at the outset, you can't, if they try to say, well, it wasn't about black people because it had been out since the 70s. But in the late 90s and 2000s, we know that stop and frisk was something that was specific to target blacks, Latinos. We know that for a fact. So when white people use the argument that we're the most criminal, I think we're starting to see. And the thing about crime, and what I think everybody, you got to always think about, General Muhammad always taught me, like, what are the enemy that you're defeating when you speak on a subject, right? And so what the conservatives learn is that if you're going to talk about crime, but only make it seem like black people are committing the crimes, this is why you get shot. If you want to know what element, what elephant in the room you want to battle, Lil Big Bro said, are you justifying his unaliving? Listen to what I just said. To Lil Big Bro, listen to what I just said. Because that's a weird question to ask me. Am I justifying his unaliving as if I had anything to do with it? Just remember, Christian is the one I just played the video that he believes that a few deaths. You said, yeah. Z Plan said, yeah, I do. Z, that Christian, let me make sure I say the name right. I want to make sure I get this devil's name right. Charlie Kirk is the same white man that said he don't mind a little unaliving to be able to keep your weapon. But when you think about when Charlie talks about crime, he's not talking about crime from crime. White people don't talk about crime from a crime perspective. America does not talk about crime from a crime position. If you want to focus on how you cut America, you have to cut America, because now America is about to care about crime. America is about to really focus. Remember, they sent the National Guard to D.C. They say they're going to send a National Guard to Chicago. They're going to send a National Guard. They mentioned Baltimore. They mentioned New York. They mentioned L.A. They did not mention Utah, though. And you're one of your top guys, your top young guys, because this guy was 31 years old. gets unalived, gets shot. So is it just black people that are criminals? That's what you got. When you go to the white man and you have this argument, caller, hold on one second, and you have this argument, every white person is going to be looking to you to say it was good that he was unalive. Look at how he talked about black people. And you're not wrong if you take that position, because that's a true statement. Charlie said black people are the most violent. Black people go to jail. He was just protesting that that black guy that unalived that girl in the train. So that is an agenda you can go. You can go bigger by saying America is a bloody country. That's what America is built on blood. Now that's not white. That ain't now you're not talking white. Excuse me. You're not talking black anymore. You're only talking white. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name?
This is Jermaine. If you're talking to me, it's Jermaine.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. What's going on, Jermaine?
Not much. Just calling in, just trying to figure out where you're coming from.
It's on this subject of the white boy?
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from is first I would say chickens come home to roost. I would say that. I would say, based on what he said about the Second Amendment, he probably would take that back again. And then what I was just ending at right now, America has a violence problem, has had a violence problem since America was founded. America was founded on violence. It was founded on bloodshed. And you cannot protect the thief by using a thief. And you cannot protect a murderer by using murderers. It's just going to be more murdering. That's the position I'm coming from so far. Did you have a position?
Okay. My position is, here's a man who's very familiar to you. Here's a man who stands on what he believes and goes out in front of the people and debates what he believes. Now, you're saying where he's coming from is wrong. Like when he says something about black people being violent, it's because he's racist or something. Not because it has some truth to it.
I haven't said that.
Well, I'm saying I'm giving you what it feels like to me. You know what I mean? What you're saying, but I get what you're saying. I'm wrong on that. That's not.
No, but just so you can understand. And if we interrupt each other, it's cool. It's not a debate. It's a conversation. You're saying on this live I said that, or in general when I speak about white people?
Yes.
Which one? The latter,
and
right?
So what I'm saying,
you're talking about the latter part, right?
Yeah. And let me finish.
No, I'm just trying to get. I'm not clear.
I'm just saying. I didn't want to get caught up in that. That's why I gave it to you.
No, I was going to give you the floor back
because.
Bro, listen. If you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind,
just let me make my point.
I don't want. Okay, I'll give you the floor. Just two quick questions, and I won't interrupt you after these two quick questions.
I appreciate it.
In a statement, having a back and forth is healthy. If you can't and you have to get your thought out uninterrupted, I'll grant you that. I'm used to being able to be interrupted and still get the thought out. If you don't mind me,
you wanted the best. You wanted the best. No doubt about that.
If you don't mind me asking, last question is what's your ethnicity?
I'm black.
Okay, you have the floor.
Now, what I was saying is, this man got assassinated on the path of trying to, in my opinion, trying to do what was right. It may not have been, you may not agree with him, you know what I mean? But this man got shot and killed. That's wrong. There's no way around it. And for us to come around and say, and make it kind of seem like the chickens are coming home to roost, he wasn't killing anybody. He wasn't actively saying, hey, man, we hate all black people. He was just looking at something where he saw a wrong and had the courage to speak his truth, as we want to say. And then it's for us to come to him and debate him on what he's saying about us. But to say he got shot and in some way insinuate that this peaceful man who was using his rights just like you do got assassinated because of what he was saying is wrong. Because here's my problem, Cap. If something bad happens to you, I wish a motherfucker would come out and start talking junk about, oh, you deserved it. Because I'll be the first one to knuckle up and be like, you ain't talking about my brother like that. And I don't think you in your position should be sitting there looking at another man who is being peaceful and just talking about what he believed and saying the chickens came home to roost.
So,
it's disgusting.
It's okay, no problem. So now, did I say he deserved to get shot?
Your chickens coming home to roost came out of your mouth, not mine.
And what does that mean, chickens come home to roost?
Based on what I heard about Malcolm X, he was saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
That's not what he meant. When chicken
You said that he said some people should die every year to keep the Second Amendment. It sounds like that's what you're kind of saying.
No, slow down. I'm only talking about chickens coming home to roost right now. Chickens come home to roost is about the JFK assassination. You're aware of that, right?
Yes, Malcolm X's comment.
Right. And so what that's a representation of is how the white man portrays us to be one way. Look at how they are. They are the violent ones. So in regards to the guy, what's his name again? What's this white man's name again? What's the white man's name again?
Charlie Kirk.
So in regards to Charlie Kirk, I never said he deserved to die. I have never said anybody deserved to die. When I'm saying chicken comes home to roost, it's because as you're trying to make him be liberal and positive and about his element, all he says is black people are the violent ones. I watched a couple of his videos where black people were standing in front of him trying to explain to him what 50 years of oppression can do. He battles them on that. Made one black man cry as he's trying to show him how what 50 years can do. And Charlie is saying how he's wrong for that. Watch him look at the statistics and say, even though we're 12% of the population, we're more criminalistic than white people. And he uses that because there's more people and less of us, never looking at the statistics. So I see a man that has a full out agenda to vilify black people, and he was unalived by his own. That's chicken coming home to roost. Because now what does America have to say? Their golden boy got unalived by one of their own. Maybe we shouldn't just talk about black people being violent. Maybe we should address America is just violent. Because America is violent, right? I'm asking you.
Without a doubt. You can just look at there's no doubt about it.
Right. And so now you cannot isolate and say, well, black people are the violent ones. Even when you see me speaking, you hear me talk.
Here's the issue, Captain. Here's where you're wrong, Captain. Because
I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on,
as a man of God.
Caller, hold on. If you could just stop yelling. Listen, dude, just stop yelling. You just asked me to not interrupt you so you can talk at length.
I apologize.
And since I've talked, you've interrupted me a couple of times. But if you go to talk and I interrupt you, you're gonna say, Cap, let me talk, let me get this thought out. And I always
You're right.
No problem. And the only reason I interrupted you was because I always go through this where people don't want to be interrupted by me, but they got no problem interrupting me. And it might be, and here's where I'm gonna give you a little bit, and other people like you a little bit. It might be a handicap because in y'all mind, y'all probably say, well, Cap is used to it, I'm not. And maybe that's how y'all look at it subconsciously. Hold on one second. Caller, hold on. So now here's the difference between him and I. The difference between him and I is I'm against unaliving, period. When I highlight what the white man does, I have never not highlighted what we do. When the white man highlights all the problems in America, especially when it comes on the subject of crime, they only talk about us being the criminals. That's why it's chickens coming home to roost. It's chicken coming home to roost because they make it seem like the white man, even when Charlie made that statement about some people need to die. Do you think in his mind he was talking about white people that needed to die, or did he think it would be black people dying? I'm asking you.
I don't know, but I will say No.
Oh, you being dishonest. You being dishonest. You're being dishonest.
I'll give you this, Cap. If I had my life was on it, I would agree with you. But
Thank you.
I really don't know. But
Right.
if I had
Okay.
to
No
make a
problem.
choice,
So
I would
now,
roll with you.
got you. And so now that's what makes this shooting. If America wanted to be right, if this is how America could shine light and say we could be a better country. If America used this and said, we're going to not harp on the term black on black violence, white on white violence, because what we see, there's violence across America that has to be addressed. You know what that would show? That would make Charlie's death not in vain. It would make his death make a statement. But if Charlie died, Charlie is dead, of course. If it's unaliving, and let's say if it's a trans, let's say if it's a black person, let's say if it's a white person, and the same tropes of violence still exist in America, then his death meant absolutely nothing. His death doesn't change the conversation. His death doesn't change the narrative. And it proves our point when we say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Because this is a man that you said is righteous, that you said does this, that you said does that. He's in the state of Utah. And in a state that Trump says we don't need the National Guard is where he got shot. I'll give you one more response because I do have other callers on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should compare a crime to all the crimes that are going on. You're acting like there's not massive crime going on in these places. You know what I mean? And you're comparing one crime, one bad incident, and saying it's the same. You know what I mean? But I thank you for taking my call, man. God bless you.
No problem. Bless you too, brother. All right.
All right.
Next person later. Next person in the queue, it says Theodore on my phone. Yo, what's up, Cat? What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah. I wanted to engage with you a little bit. First and foremost, I want to shout out ISUPK. I'm Christian, but we came out to the cookout, and the brothers, the women over there, all the children, you are 100% hospitable. I got love for you. You know, I appreciate it. And I hope to continue engaging with the conversation. I know you know who you're talking to right now. I came up there with a couple of my sisters, if you remember. Anyway, to address what you were saying with this, I don't know if you had commented on this, but with Charlie Kirk, I don't know if you saw the moment in which he got shot, what they were actually saying.
No, only thing I saw, so everybody that sent me the clip saying it's like 8 seconds, you know, he gets shot and then it clips. So I'm not sure of the conversation right before that. But people were telling me they was talking about having a trans type of conversation. Is that
true? Okay,
not at all.
Not at all.
What were they talking about?
What was actually... All right, so they were actually... The person posed him a question about mass shootings. He asked him a question because it had something to do with gun control or something like that. Hold on, Cap. Hold on. So
That's heavy.
Yeah, I know. So now the thing that happens from there is the person poses Charlie the question, how many mass shootings have we had this year so far? Now, obviously, I believe the insinuation is like, okay, we got to do something about gun control because Charlie Kirk was not really about gun control like that.
Right.
So then
I played the video of Charlie Kirk saying he's fine with a couple of people dying every year to protect the Second Amendment right. That's what Charlie Kirk is. I'm gonna play it after this call. But that's what he's on record saying. He don't mind people dying if that means we can still keep our Second Amendment.
Okay, so then following that question, before he answers, so the person asks him, how many mass shootings have there been this year so far? And then Charlie Kirk says, is that including or not including gang violence?
Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, do you happen to have that video?
Let me see if I still got it, because you know how YouTube does. Like,
They might take it down. You know where you might be able to find
Yeah.
it? You might be able to find it on Twitter. So now I want everybody to pay attention. What he's talking about is the conversation that Charlie Kirk was having before he got shot was about mass shootings. And then before I put him on hold, he made the point to say Charlie's first thing was, are we talking about mass shootings or just gang violence? So he wanted to separate the gang violence from mass shootings, correct?
Or he was. It seemed to me like he was really trying to say, some of the mass shootings that we're talking about actually are attributed to gang violence. Because they would not separate that. They're basically trying to say, like, okay, the leftists or what have you, who are the boogeymen, basically are reporting a whole bunch of mass shootings and things like that. But then it's like, they're trying to say, oh, no, this is on account of gang violence.
Right.
Which still is a problem. Like, it's kind of a disingenuous answer. And I'm not going to say he deserved to get shot on account of that. But when we actually take into account what was the conversation that's taking place when that shot rang out, that says a lot right
that
there.
makes it more. That brings more irony to it, because the reason why I played that video of him saying that if a few people have to get shot to keep the Second Amendment right, I was looking at that as the irony. But then, if the conversation is mass shootings, and again, this is what I was saying with the previous caller, they immediately separated black violence or gang violence from the white violence so that he could try to make it seem like there's not a lot of mass shootings in comparison to gang shootings. But nobody ever looks at gang shootings. Gang shootings have never been called a mass shooting. Never. Only time a mass shooting, like even this might be called or qualify as a mass shooting, because mass shootings are reserved for public locations and stuff like that. The word mass might be out of place because, of course, it has to be more than one. But mass shootings are resolved for high schools, public places, stuff like that. And so now that leads to more irony, because as he still try to bring and separate blacks from whites and really trying to make the whites be more criminal, what happens? He ends up getting shot.
Yeah, it's not good. And again, I'm not trying to demonize the figure, because he still was shot. That's a horrendous thing. But when I actually got the opportunity to see that and see that went on, I think this is much more than, okay, someone who just opposes his concern.
Carl, hold on.
That particular moment when they were having that exchange, and he made that particular comment, and then that's where the shot rang off. I found the clip, Cap.
Yeah, send it to my phone. Send it to this phone.
I don't got the number, homeboy.
It's the number you call.
This number right here?
Yeah, this is my phone number. Like, that's my cell phone. You call.
Snap! I got Cap number now.
Yeah, this is my phone. Text my phone, because that is it straight to what they was talking about? Because I'll play it.
Yo, it's the moments leading right up.
Yeah, that's
to
what I want.
The gun.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Give me a second. Let me pull that off.
Okay, yeah, pull it up. And then while you do that, because I got a lot of calls, but don't hang up. I'm gonna just take the other calls while you get that. All right. And then,
all right, no problem.
All right, no sweat. I appreciate it. Next person in the queue, it says Russell Hopkins. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say your whole name. I apologize. Russell?
Hello?
Yes.
So what's your thoughts on the shooting?
My thoughts on the shooting is that America is a violent place. America has a murder problem. America has a criminal problem, has had a criminal problem since it was founded by bloodshed. And until that gets addressed, and the whole notion of trying to make black people be the most criminalistic people, which is what most white conservatives, Democrats, Republicans push. And then we see that your prominent people are being unalived by your own. We can't make it seem like black people are violent. You can't even make it seem like white people are violent. America is violent. That's what everybody needs to take from that. Everybody needs to understand America is a violent place. That's all it could ever be. America can't be nothing but violent and criminal. That's it. That's where I would start. And then now once you get that playing field, hey, I think Theodore, if you playing it, I'm getting a bad reverb. I don't know if that. I'm getting a bad.
Yo,
wait. I'm getting a bad. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, I just searched for the video. I copied the link for you. Yo, they just removed it right when I was sending it to you.
That's crazy work.
That's crazy.
All right, so then don't sweat it. If you do get to find it, because I'm gonna finish with the next caller, just text me at this number.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll find another one.
All right, no sweat, and then just send it to me.
All right, I got it.
All right,
so let me pull this for you.
All right, no sweat. All right, brother. So to the other caller, Russell, that's where I would start. Now from there, now you just leveled the playing field. If anybody has the video, send me not the video of him getting shot, the video of what the conversation that was taking place before he got shot. If y'all could send that to me, I'd appreciate it. Now, what you do after that, once you level the playing field, now you can talk freely where nobody can say that I'm coming from this whole black supremacist, because I ain't a black supremacist. I'm coming from that position, because now we can get into maybe they spent too much time focusing on what black people are doing and are not focusing on what white people are doing. What you think about that?
Yeah, I did, but I have a,
You breaking up. You breaking up.
Big replay.
Hold on, caller, hold on. Now, hey, can you talk again?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay.
This is it. So, do you know how many trainers?
Hello?
Say that
Hello?
again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Do you know JD Replay? He's like a YouTuber.
JD, you breaking up bad. JD something, you said he's a YouTuber.
JD Replay.
JD Replay? No, I'm not aware of him off the top of my head.
Well, he's like a ex, he was like ex-criminal but became clean. And he's like, he helps people with like addiction and messages like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, I have a similar philosophy with him, with like being like an independent thinker type of thing, where like no politicians won't help your best interests, and like, like America first and all that type of thing. So what's your thoughts on those type of people?
And getting people off of drugs, counseling, stopping to commit crime, I don't have nothing against those type of people. I mean, what could I say to someone that's a former drug addict and then he gets clean and then he goes and tries to clean people up off of drugs? I don't have nothing to say against people like that.
Okay.
The only way that it would come into play is like, for me, in my belief system, we can't commit no sins. So yes, we can't be on drugs, but we also can't be homosexuals. We can't be thieves. We can't be idolaters. But for somebody that if their job is to clean people up off of drugs, I don't have a problem with them. Hey y'all, I got the video. I appreciate it. I got the video. Go ahead, brother. I'm not sure if you're a brother. No, go ahead.
One more question, then I'll probably hang up. Well, what do you think the biggest problem of dividing this country? Why do you think people are so divided?
Because the white man will not stop oppressing Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Did you hear my answer?
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, that's why. We're the only people oppressed in America. East Indians aren't oppressed, Chinese aren't oppressed, Arabs aren't oppressed. The only people oppressed are us. And that'll never stop, because the day that we stop being oppressed is the day that we would just naturally be better. Not even trying. We'll just be better.
Yeah. I feel like oppression is another issue in all types of places.
Yeah. Oppression makes you, the Bible says oppression makes a wise man mad. And that oppression is why Black and Hispanics resort to the crimes they commit, the lives that they lead, abandoning their homes. All of that stems from oppression.
Do you think Second Amendment should be protected, or do you think we should take our guns away? That's my last question I had out here.
Oh, as far as the Second Amendment goes, I'm not in charge. No amendment was ever written with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians in mind. So that's more of the only thing I monitor when it comes to the Second Amendment is because I own weapons. The day that the Second Amendment gets revoked, I can no longer own my weapon. So that's not something that I can control. And the Second Amendment being in place or out of place still would not stop violence happening from, the police are told to serve and protect, but the police don't do their job. They don't uphold the laws that they're supposed to follow. So the Second Amendment being in place or not in place does not change the lives of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, except the right to carry a gun. But it wasn't written with us in mind. All right?
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.
No problem at all. You too. Yes, I got one more caller, and then I'm gonna play the audio. Last caller, it says Perez on my phone. You're the only person on the phone line. After this call, I'm gonna play the audio. Go ahead.
Okay. So you said that you wanted the video before the conversation before and after Charlie Kirk was shot.
Yeah, not the after, because they were saying that they was having a conversation about mass shootings before he was shot. So I was looking for the before he was shot, but I got it. I got the video.
Oh, you already got the video? Because
Yeah.
I have a front row video literally right in front of Charlie Kirk.
Do you have an iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Send it to can you send it to me on Instagram? I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text it to you when we hang up. I'm gonna text you my Instagram. And
Okay.
and the reason why I say that, because if you text it through iPhone to Android, the quality doesn't stay the same. That's why I'm telling you to send it down.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna text you I'm gonna text it to you as soon as we hang up. All right.
I bet.
All right, no sweat.
Yeah, it's like the whole conversation beforehand, and then it's literally the moment he got shot.
All right,
and
that's
then a
perfect.
little bit after.
That's perfect. I'm gonna text it to you right now. All right. All right. So now let me go to Perez. All right. So I just sent that to him. Let me see what I was sent. Let me see. I'm just looking
Not
at
counting gang violence. Great.
Listen, that video is crazy work. That's all that video right there is crazy work. Let me see if this is it. Okay, so this might be it. So it says breaking news. This was Charlie Kirk's last interaction with the audience before being shot in the neck in Utah. So see, it is about transgenders. So I'm gonna show y'all. This is what I'm gonna read right here. All right. So I'm not gonna take any calls, so we can get this out. So now this is breaking news. This is Brian Krasentine. It says this was Charlie Kirk's last interaction with the audience. It says, audience member, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Kirk's response, too many. The same audience member went on to say the number is 5 and proceeded to ask if Kirk knows how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years. Kirk's response, counting or not counting gang violence, the answer is 5,700. I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to show y'all why that's important. Watch, I'm going to play the video.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
We got to break this down.
Now, 5 is a lot, right? I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence.
Great.
So now,
Somebody said to me that if
I'm
Jesus,
gonna tell y'all the importance of that. And when they say transgender might be involved, if y'all don't know, they just last week, right? Because y'all remember let me hold on, let me find it for you. Transgender gun ban. So now, just last week, it was like Trump and the Department of Justice is looking in ways to ban transgender Americans from owning guns. It was on CNN. This was on CNN September 4th, 2025, right there. Because there was a transgender shooting. Where was that? Let's find out where the transgender shooting was at. Now we got that. Transgender mass shooting. Hold on. Where's the damn? Because in Minneapolis, back in August 27th, it was a mass shooting done by a transgender. So now the Department of Justice comes in and say, we're going to stop transgenders. That's the irony. So even a brother that was calling saying that he was asking about the gun violence, that's not the real thing. So when Kirk or Charlie Kirk says too many, the guy says in 10 years, there's only been 5 mass shootings that have been committed by the transgender community. I'm saying community because I don't know if it was a transgender man, transgender woman. But there's been 5,700 mass shootings outside of that. And then he got shot. Just so y'all can have the context. So it wasn't about, when he said, listen, when Charlie says excluding black on black, gang violence, that's just him being the racist man that he once was. He's not racist anymore because he's gone. So that's just him being the racist man he once was. But the subject was about mass shootings by transgenders as opposed to regular folk. Because what is the argument? The LGBTQ might have some involvement. When I say involvement, who knows who the LGBTQ is? What I mean by that is there's no chief, that we know of. But what we can see is that this is more than likely a trans issue. Let that sizzle in your spirit. So you got to wonder, would he have been shot if it wasn't for the Department of Justice saying they was going to take weapons from trans? Let that sizzle in your shit. Let me help everybody else out too. This picture that y'all see right here floating around, that is not the shooter. There's a video that was floating like right after the shooting happened. They was carrying this white guy. As of yet, let me check now. Let me see if they found the shooter yet. Charlie Kirk shot. Let me type that in there. Charlie Kirk shot. Let's see if they got no suspect detained yet. That's crazy work. No suspect detained as of yet. They don't have no suspect whatsoever. Listen, I was talking to the general earlier, and he was like, every black person hoping he ain't black. I do not think he's black. But that's the conversation. It does. So this is in the AP Associated Press. This is what we know. This is what they know so far. It says, oh, let me see. Somebody sent me another clip. Let me see. No, that's not. No. From what I know. Okay, he's saying that's the suspect that they arrested. But from what I gathered when I was following it, this is what they have so far. I'm going to read it. It says the victim, 31-year-old Kirk, that has taken over the Republican Party. He launched an organization, Turning Point, in 2012, targeting younger people. He's the one that got shot. The shooter, it said a person suspected in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. But it says, hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name?
This is Lauren with Business Capital Center, calling from...
I don't know who that is. This is Lauren with Business Capital Center. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey man, my name is VJ.
What's going
calling
on?
from Florida.
What's going on? You got a question on comment,
I've been
bro?
watching for like 30 minutes, but man, my thoughts basically were just like, I just thought it was crazy, like as you said, like how he switched, not switched, but like the caller asked him a question, and like he could, you could basically realize like his train of thought, but like, cause like he asked him a straightforward question, and he was like, you know, the gang violence, was it related to gang violence or not? Like, what did that have to do with anything? Like, as you said, it makes you wonder, like,
right,
if Trump didn't have that one order with the trans people, you know, trying to take their guns away, you'd think this would have happened in the first place.
Yeah, it wouldn't. You don't know, and that's the thing. Like, I just think that, and the reason why that chicken coming home to roost statement kind of is profound is because they've been spending the past, since Trump has been in office, he's been spending all his time talking about black people and how we're wicked and how we're criminal. If anybody pay attention, I think the story came out in July. I've been talking about it all the time. That mayor in Baltimore fixed the gun violence, and murder has been the lowest in 50 years by addressing racism as a problem, health as a problem in that community, which lets you know if you actually care about black people, they can change. But they spend so much time focusing on black people. If you look at the mass shooting, you look at this shooting today, who is it done by? It's done by them. The crime is done by them. Trump was so-called shot by one of his own. He wasn't shot by a black person. So I think that's that. You was gonna say something?
No, I mean, it was just like comments, like, you know, like if you're on YouTube or something, and it'd be like the 13% equal, like all the comments, stuff,
right,
like, nobody's talking about the things like this, like.
Yeah,
I just be thinking it just be crazy. Like,
and you know what else is crazy when they talk about
everything.
And when they talk about that, they act like violence is the only crime that gets committed in America. Embezzlement, stealing, you know, so many crimes that the white man leads in. The white man leads in all criminality in America. We focus on violence because that's how they galvanize the people. That's been since the 70s. I remember playing this video from Bill Cosby that in the 70s, they was painting black people as they was like criminals. So this ain't a gang thing. This is a white man media propaganda where they would try to prop up black people as being violent and them being non-violent. But yet we see them being violent. You know what I'm going to say too before you go? I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. They're saying in this video that's on Twitter that the guy, that old man that I was showing y'all, I'm going to see if y'all hear it. They saying that he's saying, shoot me, shoot me. I'm going to play. Hold on. Let me see if this plays. I was saying playback error. Maybe it won't play. I'm going to see if I can get it to play. Let me see. Can I get it to play? It won't play. I'm going to see if I could download it. But is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, sir, that was it, man. I appreciate your time, sir.
Hey, no sweat, man. You take it easy.
You too, man. Thank you.
All right. All right, I ain't going to spend too much time. I do want to play this video. Let me see if this video plays. Now, you see, the cop says, so that white guy says, the white guy says, shoot me, shoot me. The cop says, we don't know if it's him or not. But then you got people saying the old man, they're saying the old man didn't do it. So let's everybody just pump the brakes and just watch this play out. We focusing on the transgender conversation. Obviously, he got shot. We don't know exactly what's taking place. So let's just, just keep watching. Watch the news. Be safe out there. I'm going to roll now. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. I wasn't even going to do no live stream today, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next time, shalom. I'm going to do one more check before I go. And I'll be checking. So, and I'm gonna tell you, if y'all want to keep up on it, y'all to keep up with it, you damn near gotta stay on Twitter. Twitter is where you keep up with it. Shout out to y'all deserve for the clutch. Let me see. Let's see. I'm just scrolling. They showing another footage of somebody being on a roof. Now this angle don't look right. Look. I don't know if y'all can see that. So listen, if y'all want the news, Twitter damn near be the only place for the news. It says Alex Jones, the head priest of GMS, said, hold on, let me see, I'm getting. Absolutely, hold on. Lord in Christ, kind. Let me see, hold up. I don't know what that is. I'm just, because I'm getting messages, I'm just trying to see if I can get this. Hold on. Damn. All right, let me just see what's coming in. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. I'm just scrolling. Alex Jones said he was shot by a high-powered rifle to the neck. That's what they're saying so far. Somebody said, MSNBC said, we don't know if this was a supporter shooting off his gun. I don't know. I'll be understanding people sometimes. Oh, let me see. All right, so that's it. So I appreciate y'all. Wait. Let me see what video he sent me. Hold up. Let me see.
Gang violence. Great. Counting gang.
That video is diabolical. But until next time,